Welcome to the Hebrew Union College Library's video tutorial series. Hebrew Union College subscribes to several different library databases, each with their own unique features and characteristics. When you have a research project in hand, it's not enough to know what's a good database. You need to know which one is the right one for your project in hand. So why should you care about this tutorial? You will learn what a library database is, the special characteristics such as whether it contains primary or secondary material, scholarly versus everything else like trade publications, professional newsletters, news, commentary, opinion, etc., and whether it's current stories or historical collections. We'll also go over which database covers what subjects and fields. And lastly, how to access the databases from on and off campus. So what do we mean by a library database? Simply that it's a collection of online searchable stuff. In our case, it's usually texts, such as books, journals, articles, etc. Some of them may be full text, some of them may be just citations. But there are also databases that include images, videos, and more. Databases can contain primary documents, secondary, or a mixture of both. The primary documents are original documents or artifacts. Examples are the sacred texts, diaries, manuscripts, even paintings or sculptures. Secondary works are those which rely on or reference the primary documents. And examples are books, articles, and reviews. Here is a brief overview of our databases with primary texts. With the exception of Sefaria, all of them must be accessed from on campus or through the Jewish Studies portal. As I mentioned earlier, secondary texts can be divided into scholarly and everything else. Scholarly is often called peer-reviewed because that's the process by which things get published. An author would send in their article, and the journal would send it out to 2 to 4 experts in the field and have them make a recommendation. They can recommend that it be published as is, rarely happens, decline for publication, or most likely accepted with changes. And they will bring up research that the author might not have thought to include, changes in citations, a different point of view on the topic that they think should be covered. Because of this process, there is often a time lag between when the author originally submits it and when the article gets published. So by necessity, peer-reviewed articles aren't the absolute latest thing happening in the field. There's that little bit of time lag. But they do include references and analysis and study reports. On the other hand, there's everything else, such as current news, opinion pieces and commentaries, professional newsletters, reviews, personal stories. So neither one is better than the other, but they do serve different purposes. Here again is a quick overview of the databases we have with secondary texts. The first batch are those that include scholarly articles, and the second batch are those with that lovely everything else category. And again, with the exception of Eric and Romby, all of these must be accessed from on campus or through the Jewish Studies portal. What we haven't really discussed is what subjects each of the databases cover. Rather than go through each of them one by one, I'll direct you to this chart. Now, I do realize it is ridiculously small on the screen, but have no fear, you can get to it at the address on the screen or click on the link on our eJournals and eBooks tab on the website. So now that you know what you want, how do you get to it? Go to the library's homepage, huc.edu/libraries, and then click on the eJournals eBooks tab. Under these two menus, you can see a list of all the databases that I've discussed. If you are not on the HUC campus, you can still use all these resources, but you need to log in to the JSP, the Jewish Studies portal, first. Click on the JSP tab on our homepage and then log in using your HUC email and password. If this is the first time that you've used the JSP on your computer, you will need to download the Citrix receiver. There will be instructions when you click on the link on how to do that. As always, if you have questions, come into the library and ask any of the librarians. Call us, email us at clow@huc.edu.